So here's an imaging to know about tonight's of AEW Double or Nothing. So to get one, all my love advocates below, all my excuses below. So if you want to seek out on buying, so so if you want, you can just seek out on my new serial is coming. I'm going to announce soon. I'm going to posting. I had to come up with something with 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 a new name, and I'm gonna start doing wrestling there. So to get two separate ways is so much more. So AEW Vice President Tony Khan, COO. So we might going to have to switching back to on Wednesday night on AEW Dynamite and more. So here's it. So look at break this down. Here's imaging to know about tonight's. So starting first off, we have buy-in pre-show. So making Bang, Lennon Cross taking against free IVA fan and Senior Steel. And yourself falls bout on the pre-show, and it was a 5-minute open silence with Lennon Cross and Megan Bang taking on free IVA fan and Senior Steel. And Fan and Senior Steel put up more of a fight and yet most teams. And then have faced the champions, but they still ended up betting with 50 seconds left on the clock. So Lennon Cross and Megan Bang took out Christopher Daniels before Tamilo and Annie Say came out with messenger weapons to clear the ring out, and this match was quick by design and had some bumps in the road, but the champions looked good in the one-minute match, making Bang and Lennon Cross. So let me see here. So it's time to kick things off. So the action goes on the AEW Double Nothing buy-in. Pre-show in a 5 minutes in a women's world tag team title mental. So I think so. Well, also onto the bottom button, Lennon Cross drops hip back fixing. I think so. OMC the power and 40 of Lennon Cross no mercy at ringside. So So also after the buzz and trying to the ammunitions and fight off a over set of the dinosaurs. So into when Tammy say she's rescued. So let me see. So let's go to the next match. So we have the OPPS taking against the Jeff Waddles, Caillou Category, Reddy Huda, and Daniel Garcia took on Hook, Amy Bones, and Casey Sabana as the next matchup, and they didn't waste any time. It went right into working a fast-paced bout. In this match we saw tonight, all 6 men. I didn't get some time, but Sabana felt like he spent more time. It's under the wing. Then anyone that Jeff Wallace picked up set a win when category pinned Andy Rollins and the winner of this match, Jeff Wallace. So here's the next match. So we have Berman Doom and Combinations against Saint Taylor Operations. I just a sold belt on the pre-show buy-in was a 10-man tag match. So Big Boom is a Costa guy, Coochie Marcel, Owens Cassidy, Robert Strong, and Mark Briscoe. And they faced Saint Taylor, Lee Marty, Solly Dean, Solly Bravo, and Anthony Gogo. So also out of everything we saw tonight onto the pre-show, and this about has the most comedy mixed into it, which is to be expanded with the Costco guys and getting involved a triple power bomb lead to easy getting to the pin for his team. After of Eddie Kingston and Ortiz set up to point a post-match attack, and yes, it was a bit of fun, but it also felt like fatal and a winner on this match. Boom and Doom and Combinations. So, speaking of the lesson hardcore lesson in a Heroes JDB, Harder Framer. So, Mick Foley got a hang pop when he came out the song with Renee Paquette. Infinite Miss suggested him receipt of a tag. The OPPS should have come out to any bonus music, the striking and sings with Caillou and Sabana was great. And there was a Wally moments at the on the ringside with Chris turning XO and Harley Cameron were competing for the whistle it takes. Probably his sons, I think. So, speaking of Mick Foley, the lesson hardcore lesson. So, it says, welcome to AEW, Mick Foley. So, Mick Foley is now All Elite Wrestling for now. This is a good thing. Until you know, the Carter Sack team isn't a daily team, but what if wanted to announce it says saying and we just so started with a bang bang. So May 40 is my favorite lesson of all times. I really liked him. So I think and to make that stadium is my plenty empty, I think. So and I think May 40 said into this is one of the biggest nights of my life, May 40. So OMC May 40 is like just doing this wild things. And hopefully this is one off and we never have to see the again if they can solely paid. So what's up with Makes 40's voice? Even when he sounds like different or he's or is it B-D-U-E-D, I think. So I can't judge him for going to AEW for the money after TKO gave the lessons a 50 pay cut because he mostly doesn't care who supports, I think. So I'm glad he's in AEW now. Welcome to AEW, Mick Foley. Bang bang. So let's go to the next match for. So FTR go taking against Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. Last time in the Honor Athens FTR on the thing called Reminiscence on the closing on May 20th. Christian Cage and Cope won a 10-man tag on Dynamite May 13th. After the fourth bout, also the main card was an I Quit match. Oh man, I Quit match is my favorite type of this matches. So after for the men's tag titles, and Jack's hold and Cass with a put to the belts also aligned. So I was against Christian Cage and Adam Copeland with no tags and rules, no rules, and it was very little time spent on toss-up wrestling, and all four men came in face to face before, and they started brawling. It took less than 2 minutes. So I was before, so the crowd started singing for a tables. So, hey guys, let me give it 1 second here in a minute. I'm back. Okay, I didn't really left off. Okay, I just said the bells a ball bit while the seals and allows were bought and you said the actions before. So arguably brought into the actions, but many in the team wanted to quit, and this match was composed of a series of spots and squashes instead of one. The problem with is usually how this stabilism like this work. So only this match had a little bit of everything. It had the crowd hooting and hollering for the title time. Stocky Harvey got involved of Beth Phoenix came out, also even to the odds if she'll attack her again. So I don't know what's going on if she'll do issues between attack Beth Phoenix. I don't know why. I knew back when they tried to put her to a bowling table and stole into the path, so he crosses to it instead himself. Into it, Beth found Copeland. So Jesse was a Spike Club, and he made Dax said he quits. After we have two single wins in the match, instead of tag titles might not have been pretty, but it was non-stop fun. And the winner in this match, Christian Cage and Adam Copeland. So, speaking by MCF, so let's go between that in a minute. Let me see. So, MCF has heard enough from Mick Foley. So, as you Mick Foley said, Mick Foley's gonna get involved in a title match, isn't he? I think. And he kicked Mick Foley into wherever and reminding of his little Foley's. I know that ever seen MCF and Mick Foley is at the same ring. It's called Moments. Little. And MCF's gonna be bald, and then like Ricochet did. And just like Brian Cotton did, Bosky Zero. So, I think, so, I've been hearing what Mick Foley said. He said, did he mention about WWE? Okay, that was interesting. So I've been hearing what he said into when I just watched. So, into Mick Foley gave MCF a history lesson. So, Mick Foley said, have a nice day. So, I didn't know it get so soon, the peak MCF assessment. So Jesse was the greatest wrestling pre-show of all time. Bang bang. In shipment, McFoley took the bag up to got to AEW and still brings up he was been missing about WWF history that he knows that an owner is a Trump supporter. I think, but he was. I think. So, Andrew Wynn won was a wild one, what he wants, before he gave AJ Ward champion double ended wars of advice of his main event match against MCF. So, this was crazy how this feud is still getting better, and it's only hours before the match started. Just yet. So, I think nobody cuts a pound like Mick Foley, man. So, yes, it was great to see Mick Foley in AEW. Was such a fan of what he did during the late 1990s. So, I like both of them, but I'm voting for Joey Allen. But I'll choose him, but it's very hard to see this match. I think Mick Foley is a way better promo than anyone is that the public company already. So here we go. AEW Double or Nothing is live tonight. So here we go. Either Adam Copeland and Crescent Case win the AEW World Tag titles or they marry team again. So glad the listeners, I've been waiting for you guys to be a tag champs. I'm not even in Omahusi that shows empty. You can't even sell out a tennis stadium. So I'll never get tired of this. So I think like in something about watching this. So I think let me see. So I like this song about on this day I think clearly. So in tips that the fans sing in Adam Copper's music, I know he's happy he didn't just retire. I think I'm gonna emanate from a lower to forcefully to WWE fans. Not a fan of AEW, but I'm gonna enjoy AEW just puts the best as into ever because of its AEW fans. So I get with a team, well, as team of top 5 all times. So it's a good team. So moving on. So, I used a Perry Davis onto this Bayless and now it's table look bonnet for Copeland. Employing Clinton has answered arm to a cause of block and hitting it with a zero cause sign of zero damage. I just recall ended he being your model after Cave said that to FTR. So here's the next match. So have Cassius Okada goes 1-on-1 against Kosuke Tasade. And last time in Athens, it was an undefeated Bonnie Cave on Dynamite May 6 on Summerset Tasade lost to W. Allen on Dynamite May 13th. He was the announcer service was all aligned when Cassius Okada and Tasade finally met was a Gawas match, and we have all been waiting for months to see Don Carter selling the commentary team to watch his clients go to a bottle out. And these men are all on even ground in a lot of ways. And Cassius Okada has the experience wasn't but an overdone that they are almost model image of each of their size and probably style or smaller so many men. He felt like the underdog. And so Rainmaker began to control the piece and started using one foot to recover and decided to respect him. So the Sarasot got in some office now and did but six. Sabian had the open hand for quite some time. And they pieced this map personally so they were able to seal all of the big spots and take their time without feeling like they were going to slow each. Squashes got a little more entrance to Caddis, trying to get Cassius Okada to finish the match instead of many more damage at one point. Wrestlers that followed few moments were the most exciting of the match, and both men came close to winning a few times, but when it was all over, Tasade pinned Kala to the win, announcing title as it was a hell of a match. Also, it looked like the rest of the Caddis family might team up on Tasade, but that is when Kanafosa made his return. He stood with Tasade and said a family back down. He gave the Indian Sabian a hand before letting him out with a clothesline. It looks like Tasade is clearly out of the Don Caius family, and Kanafosa will be facing a title. So, in the winner on this match, Kosuke Tasade. I just say for your package, reports that the match was great. And it takes Sade, makes a diving clothesline. He looked better than most. of constantly only giving a cause a hard time will always be funny. And society is so bodily strong, he makes so many things look easy. So let's go to the women's the only heart of a Jocelyn's tournament quarterfinal match. So we have Athena goes 1-on-1 against Mia Sakura. As it last time in their absence, Athena team on defeating Mia Sakura, a team in the 8 women's tag on Dynamite May 20th. In his support of three only hard tournament matches, we saw Athena take on Mia Sakura, and they got wiped to set the absence and started 20 strikes. I used it for able to control early in the bot, Mia Sakura out of the ring so she could throw her into MDC. Confoundedly started to show the signs of what it will see couldn't put Mia Sakura away. And they put on a hard fought match, but there was a couple of moments when it looked like they wanted to do one thing and they ended up doing something different when it didn't work. Athena scored to pick up the win, her friends to advise to the semi-finals, also on the tournament. And the winner on this match, Athena. Athena wing second was cool, but she took it off before she went to the ring, and they broke one of the lead balls onto the barricade when Athena drive kicked Mia Sakura. The crossing line, it made a little break. After the previous match, they won it, but they wanted playing his critical during this one either. And it was hard to tell what Mia Sakura was going for when she had Athena on her. Souls was up, but what they ended up doing probably wasn't it. So here's the next match. So we have some Moxley goes 1-on-1 against Kyle O'Reilly. Last time, in essence, Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly had a time limit through on Dynamite May 20th. So Moxley put his contract championship on the line in a match with no time limits against a man who holds a couple of wins over him already. Kyle O'Reilly was stated nobody else could be at the ringside, so the primitive stables in pep talks. But before they went to the ring and they decides easy all up a bit as they started turning holes, and every man wasn't involved took their time easily into the dance. It felt like the full story. The returning was that Moxley knew he couldn't wrestle Kyle O'Reilly, so he was looking for it all ways to combat his offense without giving him too much space. After when Kyle O'Reilly wasn't kicks in the ring post, it away a big part of his offense. Moxley was laughing as he attempted a kick and fall to his knees. He began to focus all of his attacks on Kyle's leg. So Kyle O'Reilly eventually found a way to apply seven angle lock. He has moves to great resources, but Moxley was refused to tap out. And this match was great on a personal level, but it felt like it took them a little too long, too. A message Justin of their Boston College were going for more very slow boardings, but it will have surprised them better to make this feel more afforded. Was it after a long struggle, Kyle O'Reilly was forced to tap to this angle lock from Moxley. Both of their stables. The sodium is on the ring, and Moxley got Kyle O'Reilly and saw hands as a sign of respect. So, and the winner on this match, Jon Moxley. So, and it was Sam Hall's song and commentary for this match. And it when Moxley decides to seal for someone, he goes all in. And both of these guys do a lot better things to make the performance more static. So here's the next match. So have Samoa Joe goes 1-on-1 against Will Ospreay. I did last time in their absence. So OPPS on your feeling say lethal interest on the cruising on May 16th. Will Ospreay on your feeling Savannah on the cruising May 20th. And your supposed match itself Anya insert a men's bracket for the Owen Hart tournament was to Samoa Joe taking on Will Ospreay. Anya while Samoa Joe was pausing for his entrance with Ospreay, hit him a springboard cuddle to get some minutes started right away, and he tried to stay on him, but so recovered and took him on his feet with one big shot. So also instantly hit a 450 before tapping in armband, but Samoan submission machine when it took a bell at a ringside. And the match was more of a back and forth fight. Adding from that point forward, but so has an open hand a bit more often into Ospreay, starting burning up a head of steam, and yes, it was a very entertaining contest that made both guys look great. So, I think And if it was a very entertaining contest that made both guys look great, they finally do amateur styles to create one or more character fights by this point in this episode. So I was say after the point that muscle buster where Osprey was able to hit the hanging blade for the win to advise of the semi-finals. So, in the winner of this match, well, Osprey. Samoa Joe is yelling at the referee for raising the bell was funny for him. After the away, so sent Will Osprey into the barricade. Look, Bonnet so has had some great physical experience when he was signing for Will Osprey. So here's the next match. We have Sports Strickland goes one-on-one against Bandito. A last time on your absence, Bandito on your feeling classical of always Way of Honor, May 18th. The Sports Strickland lost to Kenny Omega on Dynamite, March 25th. I just saw a final on hard tournament match. Also at night, it had Bandito taking on Sports Strickland, and this might just be a tournament match. But I set it up to make it feel a lot more personal, and they went at ease or as soon as the referee called for the bell. It started turning hands. It was pretty even into the always Way of Honor champion. It moves one arm to left, and so Strickland is up to dump him onto the top rope right there, and to on the floor. Into but once, so Strickland recovered and he started taking Bandito. And part of piece by piece, he slowed the piece down and tried to keep the high fall ground, and they did a great job making it hard to tell who will win or lose. The method of the masters on this main card have been somewhat predictable, but this one kept players on their toes. And to win, Bandito looked like he had the match. He lost at 21 plex, but his injured neck was able to hold surprise when he went forward again. This was Strickland coming into a final breaker before hitting the house call for the win. And the winner of this match was Strickland. So Brian King a complaint of Bandito to the stage, but he didn't follow him to the ring tonight. And he went Bandito passes someone with one arm with numbers shot bring impulsive set away. This was Strickland and sent Bandito into the top turnbuckle where a human simplex was cool. As it was off, hanging from the apron, just the report was nuts. So we have for a 4-way match, we have Tinkler against Carlucia against Chris Daniel and Sammy Halo. As it last time in their absence, second team on defeated Sammy Halo and Chris Daniel team on Dynamite May 20th and Carlucia Bowling Balls on defeating Tangle of Madness on Dynamite May 13th. The Women's World title was also aligned when Tangle faced a sweet formal World Series at Carlucia, Sammy Hill, and Chris Stanley. Was it all three dinosaurs? It teamed up to take out Tangler right away, but it didn't take long before Sammy Hill and Chris Stanley started fighting. Carlucia and Chris Stanley were together, but Sammy Hill and Tangler decided to stay on the end of the fight. And yes, it was an insoluble and character showcase for these 4 stars, and second was the most irritating and thanks to hear and trash talking, but all 4 competitors commented that it fun and felt like everyone was on a point and worked hard to make sure that the crowd was impartial. Tangler was retained for title very jump to Chris Daniel just go to the pin, and this was just a fun. And all 4 women's should be proud of just a performance. And the winner on this match is Tangler. So I think we have all 4 competitors had a cold kill. This match, Tangler kept calling to all women's names. It was hilarious. Chris Daniel was wrapped out when Tangler kicked her on the apron. The way Chris Daniel picked up Tangler for a power double was awesome. So here's the next match. So we have Steam P. So this year's the Steam P match for opposite 14 competitors, making it the biggest bout on the main card. Chris Jericho, Sonya Busman, Bobby Lashley, Zach Perry, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks took on Ricochet, the Gates of Hickory, Andrade, Mark Davis, Clark Carlos, and Dave Finley. So Austin Harrison has a web call for the bill. All 14 minutes started boring, and this match had so many people fighting in so many places. And that was impossible to follow everything, but that is always how this kind of match is going to be. So Anderson Independent is the thing is that AEW did a good job keeping this camera focused on things that model in big spots that has a crowd shooting. While some people stay in a around the ring and over the floor to the backstage area, and when a match like this is tough because it's so different from anything else that we've seen on a regular basis. And there wasn't much wrestling happening or possibly involved, but they packed a ton of fun moments into it. So there is no doubt that it was entertaining. So Chris Japan Khan to get the victory for his team after a long and costly match. And the winner of this match, the team was Sertico. After parts of this match with luckily record suffering in spots into the footage. I just went into the fields before the match with a nice touch and Kenny Omega coughing from his CICAR was funny. Lana had both Bucks and Perry on his soles with a hang Samoan drop that was easily a very impressive display of strength. Was it a baseball was being tossed around at one point. Lady was so up backstage and got involved to help Bobby Lashley. So into Simon Singh got involved when a fight spilled into the cutting area and they made it look like Perry brought his bus into Mark Davis in a golf cart. So either between that, so I like this match before it has started. So let me see here. I've seen these clips before. Let me see. A Stampede match. So let me see here in a minute. So the last one to be hour of main event tonight. So let me look. Let me see. Okay, so I just Stampede has begun. I just it was great. And I gotta see Beth Phoenix is back tonight. So I see Chris Jericho and Young Bucks that Holt Sasuke, Kenny Omega, and Zach Perry. It's time for a Devil's Dance. So I was a double Samoan drop by Toa Lana. I'm pretty sure seeing Michael Stunt do that spot before the fall play was literally insane. The 6 man is with a added memory for the submission on. I love this domino event that came after this. I get comments from it obviously was just not into the match. Is it the best thing? So how is this different from WWE right now? I think let me see. Indian is pro wrestling, it's not sports entertainment. There's no feel from Sanjay Grossman, a person who has to take a flight. And you mentioned that Perry cleans up, and you announce Serbian, Mark Davis. So I think this paddle on Mark Davis, he into something that Perry flip and it just to the bubble and he flip Mark Davis and it flip down on him onto the mat. I guess not the first time that a vacuum bag tacit was used in this company. And Taz is still soaking on that dust. So Sam Perry, that was great. AEW please give us Bobby Lashley and Leah Russ as a tag team again. So what do you guys think? So also out of Norway, Leah Russ strikes. So it's been about years since like WWE just like years. Only in the past. I think I remember that day when I first watched that. What year's that been? So let me see, look it up quick. Between Robert Lashley and Leo was. It's been years. I think he is the best for his tenure in WWE, where he was the youngest NXT cruiserweight Serbian, has survived, has a menace of Bobby Lashley. It was the winner of the 2018 WWE and I Kingdom. So he is, I'll say, 2019 for years. For Bobby Lashley and Leo was together as a team. Since then, it's been years and years. So let's go to our main event tonight. So we have WN goes 1-on-1 against Sika, Master Sika Freeman, MCF. And last time in On Your Absence, WN has On Your Freeman, Mike Bailey. On Dynamite May 20th, MCF lost to Kevin Knight. On Dynamite April 29th. After the main event between WN and MCF was a success, was a world title, but MCF also put his heel on the line in order to get WN to agree to the rematch. After the toss took longer than normal, but it helped to create some buzz for when the match started. WN used its side head lock to go a few times, but MCF kept kicking out. WN sent him out of the ring in one quick scoring dive. What's it at? Yeah. But MCF sent him crossing into center floor for what looked like a rough landing from that point. The former champion was in control for a long time. So I think so I just think mostly of this was MCF controlling the piece for long periods. I think for a period of time while WN it so burst of offers it made to a champion felt like an underdog deposit hell made dangerous opponents he had beating. And they had a good competent match, but only so with so many strong a performance. It was hard for this one of to stand out the way it loosely would. It was a kind of this match that we have students so most nights. At the end of the end, WN stretched himself to fall and MC was able to get to the pin and rewind the world title. After the mask, Kevin Knight saw up at what looked like an attempt to protect WN, but he ended up turning heel when he hit a frog splash from the top rope onto the abdominal of former champion. So, in the winner of this match, Sega Master Freeman, MCF. And it was a barbed steel and cables onto the stage for it MCF boss Joey Allen leaning on his head in solos when he tried his golden dive. It looked bullets and mist of common drops. Also even looked painful. MCF pulled the carry man into the pass and his golden dive, so it was so looked very cool. Joey Allen was waiting from to the back on his head after moving off the stage onto MCF. So I think so. Let's do the polls any second. So here's the final award tonight. So AEW Sunday and Double or Nothing pay-per-view was always grateful event for AEW, especially when it comes to cutting people. Says about every match. And there was something different. Especially the Extreme Stampede bout that took to the fight is also the area when it comes to the best bell to bell. I also have the performance that goes to Okada and decided to put on a classic that gave us a new champion. It's because she wasn't too to the story and decided even to the John Cass family. So what's next for his title for him? So also even if a couple of matches didn't light up, their Boston imaging else was so good that it's safe to call this one of the stronger pay-per-views of the year so far. So also in use at night with Kevin Knight, Tony Hill, or WM was finally expanded, but it will be interesting to see where AEW goes with it. So let's go to a live poll goes. So we have 100% we liked it, 2% is alright, and 2% didn't like it. So let's go to my Twitter poll goals. We have 100% we liked it, 25% is alright, and 5% didn't like it. So I hope you guys have a blessed Sunday, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow for Monday Night Raw review and maybe a recap of one to the corner at Class Injury might be a go home show. So I'll see you guys on Monday Night Raw tomorrow. I'll see you guys on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. And I'll see you guys on Friday for SmackDown. And that's it we have for this week's. So have a great night, you guys. Have a great night. So I've been hoping you guys in bed in mind. And I will keep you guys updates some more news tomorrow, anything what comes up. When I do anything myself, I might do live streaming of, I might do 2K26 live stream. So anyone to hang out with me, we can check out right here. I might talk about all sorts of news that we have for this week's. So anyone to check out, see me, or you want to hang out with me sometime this week, they can chat about video games and watching wrestling shows. I think might be good for you guys. So we get Lost Dizzle, Spotify Archive, Spotify Radio, and podcast anything, and so much more. So I hope you guys have a blessed night. I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Monday Night Raw. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a great night, you guys. Peace.